Audio check 1, 2. All right, we're cooking. All right, we got the open in 3 minutes. I think these lows are going to get murdered. But let's look at what is happening for today. We got this 1 hour fair value gap here from a daily perspective. We're bullish here, okay? 4 hour bullish. Like, look at this right here. Like, this is a great level. And then the 1 hour fair value gap here, just tapped into it, took out London highs, coming back lower. It's going to be a good fucking day. Let's see here. Thursday's first presentation fair value gap. We're just breaking below it right now, which is nice. We're opening in 3 minutes. This is what I'm seeing so far. These lows here are sketch. I want to see these taken. I don't want to see price going down too low into this 1 hour fair value gap here. And then we got our higher time frame target. So possible trades, maybe first presentation fair value gap to the downside. Maybe like that would be like a little nifty trade. And then from here, I am looking primarily for longs. So what we got to do is we got to prep our levels here on TOPSTEP X. There you go. All right. Did we open yet? No, we're opening in 1 minute. To be honest, a short here right at the open. It might be a decent idea. I think it's just going to drop like a rock. I don't think it's going to go higher. Have my stop above first presentation. Let's see here. Usually I don't take positions at the open. Let's see what it's going to do here. All right, it's pushing into like a 1 minute fair value gap here. We got the, I'm not in this position, by the way. Oh, hold on here. Let me fix my, hold on, let's see here. I don't know if I'll be able to fix my settings before taking this trade. Why isn't it taking it? Trading view. There you go. Copy trades. All right, hopefully that's better. Okay, that's I'm liking even more now. This is like a really nice sweep. Let's price give us a first presentation today. We might take it lower from here. This was a really nice sweep here. All that liquidity pre 9 o'clock was taken. We just need a bit more confluence here before taking the short. It can price go up from here. It could, but just those lows there are a bit too smooth. Okay, I'm gonna take a short. So I'm short. My stop is above these highs here. It's a fairly large trade. I'm risking 150 here. Usually you wait for first presentation fair value gap, but in this case, I think sell side's a bit too clean. It disrupted. Oh, we actually have relatively equal highs here. I thought this was a sweep and it wasn't. So be careful, guys. But right now, price is being held by today's 6 a.m. first presentation fair value gap. So we'll see if we get the trade for today. This is where we want to see a drop. Nice. We're hitting mean threshold of RTH gap. I'm playing my stop loss right here below this high. I don't want to see this being taken at this point. It should be tapping any second now. Watch out the lows here for that right there. Sometimes it just takes out one of these lows and not the other ones. It's happened a bit too much times. I'm at break even now. Okay. If you guys are selling the trade, move stop to break even. Don't do this to me. I need to see you drop from here. There you go. First trade of the day, guys. Quick win. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm really thirsty. But sorry for the coughing. Hey, said Carney. Or it's Canary. Clearly, I was saying your name wrong. I caught nice sells once New York high swept Asia and London. Nice, nice, dude. I hesitated there. Good catch though. I was being like a little bitch near these highs. I wanted to take a long here, I didn't. I wanted to take a short here, I didn't. And then it looks like we caught it. Okay, shorts have been caught. All right, so we just took liquidity out. We might be turning around here. First presentation, let's use that to frame out our trade. Okay, I want this to be rolling to the upside for us to start being bullish. So this is going to be New York. Today's Thursday. First presentation, 7/17. And like at this point, this is why I'm a bit sketched out for longs here, just because like this would be the target that we're aiming for. London pre-New York lows have been taken. This might be broken to the upside. Let's see if it comes back and respects it, and then we might take a pretty large position here, assuming that price is going to come back lower. It's going to keep pushing higher. 5 minute. I don't know. Maybe we have to wait for a bit more. I like that close above it from a 1 minute perspective. Let's see how the next candle is going to close relative to the first presentation here. But ultimately, like the way you trade these is like it should displace away from this area, come back down, test it, and then we take a trade. So overall, the trade buys for today is this gets broken to the upside, it retests, we take it long. Simple as that. All right. Maybe if price goes down to like yesterday's first presentation, maybe a rejection there. But we are looking at the 1 hour here to see if how we will respect these levels. Okay, so price went back down to RTH lows. It's pushing back up higher. This is going to be a fairly large stop loss, 25 points. Let's see if we get displacement away on the 15-second from this level. We have London lows that haven't been traded to, but how important is level for today's price action? We also have these relative equal lows as well. All right, so let's watch out for those as well. It'd be nice to see price actually go down here and then reverse. It'll just be an easier long overall, I think. But I think we did enough damage to the downside. We will see. Maybe that push will happen around 950. Do you have news today? Let's see. 10 o'clock. No news. No news. So right now, price hasn't given us any kind of buy signals. Like the only thing I see here is rate of liquidity below us. Price is consolidating right now. And if we kind of think about the overall, like, is AMD accumulation right? So right now it's accumulating. Maybe we might get a manipulation move lower and then a push higher into first presentation and then pushing up higher. Right now, price is attempting for the like 10th time to push above first presentation. We'll see if this push is going to be the final push. It looks like we might be displacing to the upside. All right, let's buy 3 here. All right. All right, I'm risking 200 here, going in for a long at this price point. My stop's right there. I don't want to see price reach that level again. And then let's aim for relative equal highs here at 181. At 180, 23, 180. Okay. Second position of the day. Taking it long. Looking good, boys and girls. What a little nifty day. This is going to be for me a 3 to 1. 3.5 to 1. At this point, stop loss can be put right here. Right. All right, so I shaved off 25% of my position. So far, it's looking good. Nice explosive price action to the upside before the macro. Relative equal highs below us. This 15 minute is going to close nice, or this 1 hour is going to close nicely. This 15 minute and 2.5 minutes is going to close nicely if it stays like this. Like for price to go back lower, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that was the Judo swing there. Everyone thinks we're going higher. Like we're hitting new highs, and then right before 9:30 crash, relative equal low swept, and that's that. Anyone here catch this trade? And the reason why I didn't wait for it to retest the first presentation is just look at what we did here. Crazy level liquidity taken. We accumulated below it. The moment we popped above it with a clear displacement on 15 seconds, that's like an aggressive long. 181. Price is pushing into what level is this? It just says first presentation fair value gap. This is Thursdays or Tuesdays afternoon. It's really good to indicate what your first presentation or your first presentation fair value gaps are from. Like here, I had no idea where it was from, but it was from 715. So it's always good to kind of have these levels on your charts. I think we're going to print from here. I'm highly confident that this trade's going to continue to go up. Like there's no reason for it to go back down. All right. Let's start mapping things that might prevent this trade from going lower. Right. So we got a bullish fair value gap form here. We got one formed right here, which is nice. You can definitely move your stop loss now below first presentation, right? Shouldn't trade to there. All right, so I'm at 50% risk right now, which is great. It's 600 per account, and I'm only losing 100. So it's 3K or minus 500. All right. You can do a scale out here. Right here, you can do like a partial. i.e., let's say like maybe like 30% of your position size just to make something off the trade in case it decides to like just tap it and then push lower and consolidate until the afternoon session. Many ways of kind of managing this trade. You just have to be okay with your risk at the end of the day. I do want to break even, but I feel like I will be choking the trade and I will have a lot of anxiety if I do. So I have to leave it open. I like that we took out these relative equal highs here, pre 930. This was like a really nice pre-level. And we just kind of went right through it, came back into it, retested and pushed higher. All of these first presentation fair value gaps, we just sliced through all of it as well to the upside. This is all fairly bullish. 5 minute here on the bottom right. I don't know. Everything's very, very bullish, guys. This 1 hour is going to close beautifully. This is like this is like an instant rebalance slash not even touching the mean threshold of this fair value gap here, right? On the 1 hour. 15 minute looks good. Loved how this 15 minute closed. This is perfect. So all in all, I think 80% chance. I'm not even partial. I just might let price drive all the way to this level. Like if it did all that to the downside, why wouldn't it hit 181? So I just might just go full here. I'm going to break even once it hits these highs right here. I think that's going to be a smart idea. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to drop a like. Would appreciate that. This was a great push. And if I kind of place my position size and my stop loss on like the 5 minute, I like where my stop loss is below mean threshold of RTH gap, below first presentation, below this wick right here, which is a form of a BPR, right? Price is balanced there. A lot of good stuff. Okay. If this pulls back, we are going to scale in. I'll tell you that right now. If I see like a definite low forming somewhere here, like it's a very obvious low, I'm just going to keep buying contracts until I'm at break even for that low. And we're going to try to double up instead of 600, maybe like 1.2K. This is some nice trading days here. So plus stop loss at break even. Like once price gets here, I don't want to see it come back to RTH gap. It could. I've seen it many times do that, but it shouldn't, right? Or maybe I just might leave my stop here and just partial out. We'll see. But when it comes to like the 1 hour here, look how it's going to close in 10 minutes. This is so bullish. If it hits these highs here, most likely it's going to hit the next high. I'm not going to push it that far. I'm going to most likely just take my profits for today once it hits 181. Very high probability target. Am I comfortable in scaling right now too? No, it would need to pull back and give me a better price in to scale in at. Like if it does something like that, then I would scale, right? On the 5-minute here, we got a bullish fair value gap forming, or it already formed. Great to see, right? Just so much PDs that it needs to break, or PD arrays that needs to break before it hits our stop losses. So far, it's looking good. Oh, hey, Alex. What link are you using for sessions? I like how clean it is. This one. It's called session liquidity. Just Google it. Not Google it, but like search it up. Yeah. And I love how clean it is. My Asia one, I think I'm going to... I don't even use standard deviations. So let's get rid of this. Standard deviations. Don't need. Oh, it looks like that fixed it. But I got kind of used to seeing them. Now this chart looks weird. How did I do that? Whatever. It's my new outlook. So purple for me is Asia, yellow is always London, blue is pre New York. And then when it comes to like the New York session highs and lows and lunch, I don't use those. It's like these are the only lows that I use. So yeah, no probs, no probs. Anyone catch any trades today, like the short or the long? They were such high probability trades. If you didn't, ask yourself why. There was zero hesitation for me today for these trades. All right, I am going to move to break even here. Stop losses at break even on the 5-minute. It's not like an amazing level, but price decides to push all the way back down here after coming up all the way up here, then I would be impressed. I'm going to take off, and I wrote a 30% partial. I'm going to do a 25% partial. Are you kidding me? I'm going to sell one in just a sec. I'm actually going to do, to be honest, I really think it's just going to blast through and hit these relative equal highs here, but for good trade management, I'm going to partial out 25% here. And it's just going to shave off $100 off the trade, assuming it hits TP. So no biggie. And even if it hits my, this is not fun that it just left these relative equal highs. So look at this here. These highs here, are they relatively equal? They're not, but these two are. Okay, so this is nice to see. Price might pull back lower and then push higher. If it does, we're scaling in. But this is a high that we want to see. It would be nice for it to just to continue pushing higher and hitting the relative equal highs on the 1 hour, but it doesn't have to do that, right? We have to bend to NQ as well. All right, I'm going to get a sell here in a sec. Let's see on the 15-second chart. Right now, Tuesday's New York first presentation. It's creating some resistance. But again, it's such a small little PD array versus everything else that we're looking at here. So there's no stopping us now. Again, price tapped into Tuesday's New York first presentation. Today's what, Thursday, right? So from 2 days ago. Again, these levels don't become stale. That's why I have them. I have them on for 5 days. If you guys are wondering. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to drop a like. Feel free to like drop a sub. I think out of all the live streamers, I pulled the most pips today. Maybe not the biggest sizes, but in the upcoming months, we're going to trade more and more and more as they become more comfortable with bigger numbers. And we're about to scale out one contract here. I'm only trading 4 micros. Not a lot. You are kidding me. One tick away from scaling me out. And you know what it did? Price left relative equal highs here. So look at the high here. 158, 158.50, 158. Yeah, so these are relatively equal right here, okay? Are we worried about this? No, we're not. This might be an opportunity to scale in, to be honest. If it comes back lower, low enough, like how low? How low, you may ask? To be honest, I'm not even interested in like scaling out here. Like the moment it creates these relative equal highs and pushes back, I'm not going to be scaling out the moment it hits these highs. I'm going to now continue to push all the way to the highs here. So, oh, nice. Garb, you got out. You have a cap on profit. Interesting. Win trade. Hey, Zach. Yeah, this is definitely, yeah, it might not be a win trade. I think it is. I'm 80% sure it's going to be a win trade. Because like these highs here, this is what we're targeting, guys, ultimately. This is our draw on liquidity. Okay, on the 1 minute. Look at the 1 hour here. Like you want to be bearish against this or against the 50. There's, you know, and I think NQ did everyone dirty before the open here. So some trades that you guys could have taken and I hesitated on. There was a long here that you could have taken. It was decent to London highs. Did I take it? No, I was just too slow. By the time I opened up TOPSTEP X and I started to kind of position my size in, I just couldn't get it in. And then after this is more advanced. I was looking at it and I'm like, watch price just drop from here. And it did. It took London highs out. It inverted this. And again, for you, Garvit, about inversion fair value gaps, look what it did here. Look how the bodies of these candles just respected the mean threshold, bounced higher, and then came lower. Like, to be honest, this would be a short here. I didn't take it. It was an aggressive short, but look at that, man. 6-1. You guys managed to hold it. So price right now is dinking around. Are we in the macro? We're in the macro right now, guys. Right? So macro goes till 10:10. So we're in the money zone right now. Price should continue pushing up to liquidity. Do I have a Discord? I do, man. But try using, I just don't want to manage the Discord. So just, if you guys have questions, come into my live streams and we'll try to answer anything that I can. This short as well was like super high probability. Like look what it did at the open. It just came up, disruption. Failed to push higher above Thursday 6 a.m. So today's first presentation fair value gap at 6 a.m. and then it just dropped lower. So that was, it was a small trade. It was only $200, right? Hence my profits, $209 for the day. And this is trade 2. I did get a payout yesterday, guys, of 3,500, or sorry, 2,500 for one of my accounts. Here, let me show you guys. This kind of really pulled off a lot of stress off of me. Let's do payouts. There you go. That was yesterday's payout. And then 2 weeks ago, I had another payout. Here's like another payout from earlier this month. Over the last 29 days, I did roughly 6K USD. So like in Canadian, $10,000. So overall, I'm yeah, 20 Apex accounts. Honestly, Garrett, I am still, believe it or not, I'm scared. I give me like 2 more months and I'll do it. It's just I'll need a bigger following, and in case Apex doesn't want to pay out after, how much is it? Like 6 weeks of winning, then I can start blackmailing them with. So if anything, that's what I'm going to do. I heard horror stories, but like a lot of my close friends, like one of them, they did a $2.5 million payout. Kyle, he's a sick trader. He's like, I think the largest payout holder for TOPSTEP. And then there's, I think, Trader Kane. He did like around like 1.5 million or 2 million. So that will happen. No rush. Yeah, 1 mil or 2 mil. Yeah, because then you have to start scaling, right? like as it grows, you'll have to start trading more and more and more. And eventually, like each of these trades is going to be 10K. And right now, mentally, I don't think I can handle like a 10K loss within like a minute. So do I know Kyle? Yes, I know him. We've spoken to each other. Yeah, 2.5 million. Yeah. Yeah, and I think on like Slack, he was posting in real time. So you guys can partial off right now if you guys want, but we're going full. We're just gonna take it all the way home here. How many pips is it, or like points? 18 points. Can you guys push it higher? You can, but just it might start doing funny stuff once it hits 181. So let's go. You gotta pump it up. Greedy's profits. It does, man. So to be honest, guys, and be fully transparent, I have flaws as a trader. I go on tilt. Because of tilt, I start trading with no strategy, 15-second time frame, trying to catch scalps to make up my losses, and I go into more with like I'm flawed, and I think I always will be flawed, but I'm just trying to get better every single day. And I think right now, hey Moolah, hey, we're printing today. As you can see here, we're about to close out. Watch it not take these levels and create a triple top. But it's closing above like a lot of key levels here. There's no reason these last 9 ticks shouldn't happen in the next like 1 minute. Yeah, greed eats profits. Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, I'm really happy with my profits. I'm taking nice and slow. I only risked 150 on this trade. Like it wasn't even a lot. And it's going to pull in 650. Try to chase. Yeah, exactly. Remember, chasing is for retail. And usually when I lose, sometimes I chase and I win, but sometimes I chase and I lose. And that's when it feels really bad. And that's when you get into tilt. And that's when you don't trade your strategy. It's those key things. I really want to scale out here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hold my position. Liquidity's here. It should be taken. We're in the macro. Or maybe I might. Come on. I just don't want to see it break this like 6 a.m. first presentation from 5:15. We're going for Alta. Yeah, to be honest, I think we are. Like look at the 4 hour. Like I'm just targeting these relative equal highs here. That's my target for the day. It's the lowest hanging fruit. This is nice to see. You guys can technically scale. Like, would I scale in here for the last and move my break even? But I wouldn't. But unfortunately, price didn't really leave us with much from a scaling perspective. It left relative equal lows. It would have been nice to see these tapped. Then we would have scaled in. If price doesn't take these out and it pulls lower, we're going to scale in and we're going to double our position. Double or nothing, right? Yeah, wait for the pullback if it does happen. What am I sitting at right now? 550. I'm $100 away from closing it off. Come on. There you go. See? Look at that nice rejection off the speedy array. Beautiful. And now we should see the push here. Give it a... If we close above here, higher chance it's going to push higher than lower. Okay? It's all probabilities. 15-minute fair value up. To be honest, Alex, I don't think something like this is going to pull back. It might, but I hope it does. But I don't think it will. But you never know with NQ. Price like this right here is holding price nicely. This fair value gap here. Look at this 1 minute fair value gap here. We got this as well. We got a lot of shit to the downside that it needs to break. $5.10. Okay. In the next 5 minutes, it should tap those highs. And if it does, will it blast through or will it just take it and reverse? It might blast through. So strategy one, when it comes to like managing trades, and you guys can do back testing, what ICT said is start trailing on like on the 1 minute or on the 15 second. And sometimes you might get a larger position out of the trade. For me, I'm just going to keep right now to just taking profits at high. And if it's a runner, then just let it run. As Garrett said, greed takes profits, and it does. So can't be greedy here. This right here on the 15 second, price is just bouncing off this level here. Could you imagine price just turns around and just takes me out of break even? You can move your stop loss up to like here. You know what? This is giving me, I think, a bit too much anxiety what price is doing. It's accumulating right now. I'm going to sell one contract. So my partial was, so that was stop loss at break even. One contract was sold here. 25% partial. And like, I want this trading day to be over, but clearly price isn't letting me to. We have relative equal lows here below us. Why is this line so thick? Let's make it thinner. Trend line. Actually, no, we don't have relative equal lows here. Technically, kind of. Like, that's like a really weak break. But we might be pulling back here. Prices, bodies are still closing in this in this fair value gap here. But it looks like we're doing a little pullback here. There is a 15-minute fair value gap. There is. Let me move my stop loss up a bit. Let's see, actually. If I were to move it here, it would still be relative. Like, you can have your stop loss below the 15-minute body. No reason for price to get that low at 117. So let me put it at 117. All right, so right now so I scaled out 150. I have 150. This is really nice. Look at these bodies. This might be the push now higher. Macro ends in 2 minutes. It would be savage of price to not take out this level here. But this I'm liking. I'm liking how it kind of just, it's like it rebalanced up really quickly. Right now it's trying to push above this dark green bar here on the 15 second. I'm staring at price right now. It's not giving us much. There you go. Bodies are still closing within it. Let's see if it's going to push higher from here. And my 15 seconds looking like it's just like, let me guys give you a little hint here. I'm going to be going up. Uppity up, up. I think we're good here. I think this is going to be the push. The final push. Aggressive stop loss management. It could be brought up right here at this point, but I'm just going to leave it where it is. So my stop loss is right here. On the 5 minute, look what it did. It created an instant rebalance candle. In the next 45 seconds, that's a very bullish sign that I'm liking. It's probably going to leave this 15-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap and then push higher. 23,180 is a good place for a TP. Yeah, mine's 23,180.75. I'm trying to squeeze out just a bit more. But to be honest, the safer stop loss, if you look at these levels here, this here might be, I feel like just closing out this position here. I don't know why it's accumulating right before the high. Here, I'm going to scale out. I'm going to scale out one more here. Just not liking the consolidation, guys. Let's scale out one more here. So here I did another scale out, another 25% partial. And now I'm going to leave it at that. The last little bit is going to be up to NQ. If it wants to take me out, if it pulls back, we're going to scale in. But right now we're on track for closing today's day. If it does hit target profit, what is that? 400, 5, 6, 7, 800. So I think like I'm losing $50 per account and I'm reducing my stress by 10x. Yeah, where else is going to go to all-time highs? Yeah, exactly. So I think the stop is at a good level. I guess I really don't think it's going to fill in this 5-minute fair value gap. In 3 minutes, price is going to confirm this fair value gap here. Like how I hide my stress. Yeah. I'm still, yeah, I'm like that. Like stress is like at a 3 out of 10, right? Maybe it was like a 4 out of 10 when I started doing this. So isn't it like nice that like I've partialed out? Jeez. You know what? Price wants to play this way. We're gonna play this way. We'll see if we can squeeze in a bit more profit for today. It's time to scale back in, boys, soon. Relative equal lows here on the 1 minute. Just gotta be mindful of my stop here. Just that right there, I think that's gonna be taken, to be honest. I just created relative equal lows here. If it goes lower, it takes it, I think gives us like a nice rejection. We're gonna scale in and move our stop loss to break even below that wick. 10 a.m. reversal anticipating at 10:30 silver bullet delivery. Yeah. So the fair value gap on the 50 minute, it's gonna look maybe something like that. Shrank slightly, but the highs above, like this right here, like this is so this is a nice level, right? This is minor buy side now. This is good. Am I going to take a long? I'm not going to take a long or scale in here because I think price might do this. I think it might blast and then push higher. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for these lows here. This is minor sell side here below us. No one's in this trade out of all of you guys? Or actually, Garvin took it, but he got auto closed. My bet is on that minor sell side is going to get taken first before we push higher. We can see here, like there's like 2 levels. There's minor, and then there's minor buy side and sell side. And usually when there's 2 levels, what do? You wait for one side to be taken before taking the trade, right? So right now I am waiting for this to be taken. And then again, my stop loss right now is at $80 profit if it hits it. I might move it back down. I'll see what price is doing, but it's going to be a retracement. And I took it and closed it. Yeah, this is a nice trade. I just posted a video about my trade yesterday. It was even nicer than this one. It was, while price is dinking around here. This was a sick trade yesterday. I posted a whole video breaking it down. I won't do it here, but it was, my stop was it was 10 ticks, and it was a 60 tick run. It was a 6-1, and I scaled in as well. So it was like a 8 or 9-1 trade. It was massive. Absolutely fucking massive, mate. but I do want to eat breakfast. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. The price is dinking around. Okay, so look at what we have here now. We got a SIBI. What is the SIBI? Did it happen right after 10 o'clock? No, it didn't. Where's the first? So Silver Bullet, to be honest, I have to do some homework on Silver Bullet. I don't trade them. But it looks like this right here is like the 10 a.m. fair value gap, right? So this is the 10 a.m. fair value gap. So it's the most weighted fair value gap here. You can see how prices, like, can this, so this is what I'm thinking right now. I think if there is a Silver Bullet, it's based off of this 1 minute fair value gap here. And once it breaks to the upside, because you can see right now, it's really rejecting the lower half of it. I think we're going to get a push lower to mine our sell side liquidity. And then seeing some kind of turn, or maybe once we break above here, that's when we can scale in for the last little bit. So the new position size that we'll be betting against is going to be like this and like that. So once it breaks above, I'm just going to keep buying contracts until my break even is right below the low of this like liquidity rate. And then we take it higher for more profits. But look at that, you guys, partial, close to the high, it pulls back. It just gives you so much more opportunity for just another trade. See, this is definitely setting up a trap here. How long were we in this trade for? 35 minutes. Okay. I would leave right now to grab some water, but I think we're gonna like destroy this level here. See, look at the sell side here below us. Do you guys think it's gonna go up from here or down? Place bets, guys. Is it gonna take miner out first before going up, or is it just gonna shoot up from here? Give me 1 sec, everyone. All right, guys. So minor sell side has been taken here. And what we want to see, I'm moving my stop loss back to break even. And I'm anticipating a scale in for the final push higher. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be soon, I think. But I like how minor sell side has been taken here. Brutal pullback. Since sell side has been taken here, I'm going to scale in one contract. All right, so stop is here. This is my break even right now. This is my new scale in position. And I want to see price turning around from here. Damage has been done. Another scale in. I'm 4 contracts deep right now into this long. I'm going to scale in once more. Once more. All right. I did a lot of scale ins. This is where my stop is right now at break even. This level breaks, I'm out of the trade. But after this raid here, price should go higher. Trade into 5-minute fair value gap. Trade into the lower half of the 15-minute fair value gap. So we'll see here. Very aggressive scale in. But if it does work, I'm pulling in big bucks. Versus just getting stopped out for 80 bucks. So we'll take our chances. So far, I'm liking this. Again, I just need to see a bit more bullish. I think I scaled in a bit too early, but that's fine. Brutal. Okay. All right, guys, I'm out. I managed to make 280 on that trade. Should have been a bit more, but it is what it is. I'm gonna still watch it to see if we can still get a long. Man, that sucks. Thank God I scaled out. This consolidation was giving me the heebie-jeebies. So that's the trade there. Trade management. I'll give myself a B minus. Could have been better. Hindsight. Right, 900, 200, 1000. Cool. And with what price did here? Yeah, we'll see. This might be, so this is good because for the afternoon, I think we might get some sick plays. But right now it's 10:30. The price, man, I'm a bit ticked off here. Not gonna lie, but next steps here is it's 10:30. Is price gonna deliver here? I don't think so. I think we're gonna have to wait till 10:50. Okay. Price, it looks like it tapped into this fair value up on the 5-minute. Guys, the time of day is just not right to take it long here. Those are my thoughts. Okay. We go. Interesting. Interesting. Now price, it looks like it might be turning around here. But this is not my strategy. If I was still in the trade, I think it would have been a great start. The actual scale in, because the first bearish order block, I think it's a bit too aggressive here with my scale in, but the first bearish order block has been broken to the upside. And this is where we might start seeing price reverse and start hitting these highs here. But I'm going to count this as, again, I'm not chasing here. It's 1027. And the next macro that's going to be traded for all of you, because I'm going to close the live stream soon, is the following. 1050. This is slightly triggering, but it's 1050 to 1110. This is going to be the macro. This is where price might do something like this, right? It might just, and then at here it just might, hit these targets. And then we start entering the lunchtime. And what a lunchtime macro is, it usually pulls profits from people in the morning session. So you can see here, we first went down, took out sell side, and then went up. So I wouldn't trade lunch today. I would just trade 130 and try to find relative equal highs, lows, and try trading that. Okay. But all in all, guys, if you guys, man, this is frustrating. All in all, if you guys enjoy the stream, unfortunate, feel free to like and sub. And I think for now, I'm not planning to trade in this PA. I'm going to be staring at charts. But yeah, for me now, I'm just waiting. So take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I think all of us had a good trading session, clean price action. And on that note, guys, take care.